What's up, guys? Evan from the Swing Trade Pros team here. Welcome back to the channel, the #1 place for new and advanced traders. In this short video, I'm going to explain to you guys how to use Fibonacci retracements, what they are, where they came from, and how you guys can make some serious money knowing how to use them. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so let's jump into the content here. So let's get this straight. What is a Fibonacci retracement and where does it come from? Well, you guys can literally just Google this, but basically what Fibonacci was a famous mathematician, and essentially what this is used for is a mathematical sequence or retracements to find from your swing low to your swing high of a pattern, right? So let's get into the charts here, right? So basically, this is a chart of Bitcoin on BitMEX, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out to a weekly chart of Bitcoin, and I'm going to get rid of these grid lines here. I'm going to click this little chart property here, appearance, opacity to 0 on the grid lines, and then horizontal lines, grid lines, opacity to 0. Okay, so now we have a much cleaner looking chart. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go on the left side here where this pitchfork is and click the little arrow, and we're going to click Fib Retracement. Okay, now what you guys want to do, all right, if you're trying to find targets to the upside, okay, you want to be fibbing from the swing high to the swing low. Okay, because the asset obviously reached some sort of bottom, right? And you want to see how far away you are from this previous swing high, right? So this is the previous major swing high Bitcoin hit in June. Now, if we went to the all-time highs, right? The all-time high versus the all-time highs, where are we, right? So technically, this is technically still our swing low. This is the lowest low it made, right? So what happened? Okay, I'll explain this briefly, but the golden retrace zone, the golden mean ratio is the 618 fib extension on 0.618. It's roughly almost 62% of the way from the top to the bottom, okay? So from the bottom towards the top, it's almost 62%, right? It pretty much nailed it to the T and then retraced all the way down, right? So what I want to cover here is basically how to use this tool and how it can really help you in charting and figuring out take profit levels in patterns. So it's used the same way. Make sure when you're fibbing, you fib from wick to wick, and if you don't use the wick, make sure it's candle body to candle body, okay? And basically, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to fib Bitcoin right here in this pattern that it's in, okay? So again, this is the weekly chart of Bitcoin, and we're just gonna, draw this out, right? So to make a trend line, you need 2 touch points, and you can cut through wicks, just not through candle bodies, okay? So as you guys can see, Bitcoin is breaching this 382 fib extension right here on the weekly. Now we're in another pattern here. I call it descending broadening wedge pattern. Now I know this is a little bit off topic for what the video is, but essentially this is how you want to take measured moves, though. Okay, so the measured move is 134% roughly. Okay, and it never does the whole move exactly, but 134% would take us, up to new all-time highs on this pattern. Okay. And we're not in log scale, and we're not in auto. There we go. All right, that looks a little bit better. All right, so basically, to use the fib tool, swing high to swing low. All right, and then you get your fib extensions up here. Once you've made a full 100% retrace, basically broke the previous all-time high, then we're talking about levels in between, right? There's obviously psychological levels. There'll be that $25,000. There'll be the $24,000. That isn't a fib extension, okay? But major fib extensions are 1272, 1414, and 1618. Now 1272 just means 127.2% from the original top, okay? Or basically 27.2% from the original top. Or is that right? I think it's 127%. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so that's Fibonacci retracements, and as you guys can see, every single time it perfectly touches the retracements and uses it maybe as a resistance or as a support. Okay, and that's basically how you use Fibonacci to determine your price targets and how to basically get the right prices when you're going for a pattern, right? So like this particular pattern, 134%. Okay, so we're looking for, you know, that 786 fib extension, we're looking for that 886 fib extension, and maybe even up to the 100%, right? But we're going to set targets in between the 786 and the 886 because, you know, everyone's looking for all-time highs, right? So let's sell before everybody else on the way up. You know, just be proactive when you set up for trades. All right, guys. Well, make sure you guys hit that like button and click the subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're gonna dive into like one more chart here, and let's look at like an altcoin like ICX BTC. This was a paid alert the other day. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna look at this chart. We're gonna go to the daily time scale. Okay, so this is in a bull flag here, as you guys can see. It's just been consolidating, right? This is a beautiful consolidation. Just kind of resting, chilling here, right? The range is getting really tight, right? It's getting really tight. So I think there's going to be a big breakout here. All right, so let's get some targets, guys. What are we going to do? All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to grab our fib tool. We're going to go to the swing high and then to the swing low that we have so far. Okay, so valid targets here would be, you know, this 236 fib extension. Now, there's a really important thing with the 236 fib extension. As soon as you close above the 236 fib extension, you know that the bottom of this particular pattern is in, okay? Because you've moved 23.6% from the bottom and confirmed it as a support. Currently, it is not a support. It is currently a take profit area on this trade setup, okay? So 236, 382, and then 50%, and then 618 golden zone. Now the 50% is actually Dow's theory that an asset will lose 50% of its value after it rallies, okay? And obviously the 618 is the golden retrace area. That's like the Fibonacci. Basically everything goes like 62%. It's just like some crazy golden zone, right? That's what it's called. Anyways, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Smash the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get back into here. So, okay, we're in this like bull flag, right? Descending. I would call it a falling wedge or a bull flag here, right? So, like the length of the bull flag is, you know, roughly 70%, and you know, if we do half that move, that's wonderful, right? And what we'll get to, we'll definitely get to this 618 fib extension, all right? Anyways, guys, that's about all I have for today. Make sure you guys hit that like button again. Click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And we'll talk to you guys in the next video.